Hello, Nick here. 3Ps, Alpha and Omega version on YouTube. Normally I do this video, I do these meetings live at Hope for Recovery, 293 Wilson Street, Manchester, New Hampshire. 5 p.m. Saturdays and Tuesdays. The Tuesday meeting is spiritually oriented. Before I get started with the educational content of the video, I should mention that I started a nonprofit. I'm the president of the board of directors. I'm the executive director. I have a board of directors underneath me. They are all Farnham graduates, so we are all Farnham graduates, all 5 of us. That makes us unique in a sense, but it's just something that just happened out of nowhere. We didn't plan on it, and it does kind of mean a lot because it shows you people can keep on with their recovery after they leave Farnham. That's what it is, and it's almost if you're gonna not use, it is important that you continue to engage in your recovery, to invest energy in your recovery, not just go back to whatever you were doing before, thinking whatever you learned at Farnham was going to get you by, because that's generally not the case. Because Farnham only gives you enough to start with. It's not the end all. Like what they teach you there, it's meant for you to take that and to continue to learn. I can't see anyone just knowing about the ABCs, activating event, beliefs, consequences. I can't see anyone just learning about it at Farnham and then leaving and that's it. Just having that knowledge that it exists. You got to know how to do something with it, and they just don't have enough time to teach you that at Farnham. It's something you have to do on your own. You actually have to do it on your own. So before I get started, the board of directors, including myself, we all voted on who we think the best employee at Farnham is right now, and the results are in this envelope. So I will go ahead and look at that. So it's more than me. There's 4 other people, and the winner. I see it here. Hold on 1 second. I see it. Error. I need to fix this. All right, one moment. All right, one moment. Okay. All right, I fixed this. So the winner for best employee at Farnham is Scarlett. Yes, Scarlett is the winner. So moving on, something that I want to touch on as far as the recovery game is considered. Every human being is the sum total of their genetics, of their whatever they inherited from their parents, and their early childhood environments all the way through their present circumstances. So that makes everybody unique. I can't see how possibly even twins, for identical twins, will end up being different because of their experiences. They might have the same genetics, but their experiences will mean that they end up being different people by the time they're in their 20s, 30s, and 40s. They won't be exactly identical anymore. So we're all different, and that's what makes different aspects of what's available to people in recovery more meaningful to others, than other people. So for some people, things like having a higher power are beneficial. Some people aren't into that, and as much as I love the fellowships, I know in the Blue Book they say accept people for how they are at this present moment. Everybody is exactly how they're supposed to be, which is a Buddhist concept. And people, they love it, but then they don't do it. They try to change everybody. They don't follow that precept according to what the Blue Book says. So I'm hoping that this creates another, maybe not an entire program of recovery, but something that can help people that aren't getting what they need from the fellowships or from Smart Recovery. Because there's not very many avenues for people to take as far as recovery is concerned, besides seeing an addiction counselor or getting a recovery coach. The meeting, it's like pretty much it's all the fellowships, whatever anonymous it is, alcoholics, narcotics, AHA, CMA, there's that, and then there's almost nothing, because smart recovery isn't very appealing to anybody. So, and 3Ps is just kind of a vacuous concept in and of itself. It doesn't really tell anybody how to achieve anything. It's just something that sounds cool. So, what I'm trying to bring into everyone's attention is that because we're all different, everybody's going to respond to different things. It's not upon us to judge other people because they're not responding to the same thing we responded to. Just because we responded to it doesn't mean that program was the ish for everybody just because it worked for us. And there's a lot of that judging going on as far as, oh, well, they didn't do it, there must be something wrong with them. They weren't able to recover using our program, there must be something wrong with them. And that's not the case. It's not the case at all. So because we are all different based on our genetic code and our early childhood environment through our present experiences, everybody has certain attitudes, and it's if someone wants to change their attitude, it requires, usually the first step is to change a perspective. And if you want to help them change their perspective, it's good. It's a good thing if you're not really confrontational with that person that you deem needs to make a change. Let them learn on their own, in a sense. Offer them help and then step back. If they don't take the help, they weren't ready for the help. When they need the help, they'll come to you. That's part of that acceptance thing. Accepting people for who they are at that moment in time. Trying to change people, maybe you need to look in yourself if you feel like you need to change other people. Maybe they're, maybe you need to change somebody is a manifestation of some deficit within yourself. Think about that. So this is one thing. So what I've come up with is a concept called the recovery puzzle, and everybody's completed version of themselves in well-being, like 100% well-being, life manageability. Their recovery is all set. That puzzle is going to look different depending on what person it is, and the pieces of the puzzle are going to be different themselves. This is something I want to touch on. The addict or not an addict debate in the recovery community. It's a non-starter, because some people will benefit from referring to themselves as an addict, whereas other people will not benefit from that. Some, like myself, I've found it's better for me to just refer to myself as an addict. Because if I think I'm not an addict, if I start saying I'm not an addict, well, maybe I might think I can store an 8-ball. You know what I mean? Because an addict can do that. I mean, somebody who's not an addict might be able to do that once in a while, believe it or not. I know you guys might want to hate on people that can do that, but there are people out there that can do that. I'm not one of them. So I'm going to call myself an addict, because since if I snort an 8-ball, I'll probably want to snort another one. Then I might want to start selling 8-balls so I could, you know what I mean? It's like, I already know this. I'm 45, so I already know this. You know what I mean? I've been through all this before, so I know better now. I've already done that where I thought I wasn't an addict, and well, it turns out, hey, I guess I am an addict, because now I'm, in this life of crime or something to support my habit. So that's me. That's my life story. I don't want someone outside of me to tell me, hey, you can't, you call yourself, hey, you can't call yourself an addict. Some people do benefit from not calling themselves an addict, because in their mindset, if they call themselves an addict, they're going to think that they are going to go use drugs. Referring to themselves as an addict will potentiate their addictive behaviors. And that's them. And that's their journey. We can't be pushing our beliefs and our ideologies on other people. It's just not conducive to healthy anything. So that's something I wanted to bring up. Don't be telling people they're supposed to call themselves an addict. You know what I mean? That's black or white thinking. And that's it's not just in the recovery community, it's everywhere. Where it's like it's got to be all this or all that. That's it's a logical fallacy, and that's part of the things I try to drive home at the Alpha and Omega meetings is to be aware of fallacious logic embedded in our thinking. And that's just like what I just said is like the least harmful logical fallacies. There's other logical fallacies that are way harmful that are embedded in our thinking, way more harmful. And like I said before, if you want to get the good stuff from Alpha and Omega, you got to go to Hope for Recovery, 5 o'clock Saturdays, Tuesdays, Alpha and Omega meetings. My name's Nick, and I'm the human version of a unskippable YouTube commercial.